Hello guys, and welcome back to Farming Simulator 2019. In a previous episode we did some work on this field. I think we just seeded the episode before that, and then we actually had to weed. I don't know if you guys remember, but the weeds appeared only in that half of the field. Not really half, but yeah. In this section there was no weeds, so we did a little test and we weeded a little bit into the field. I think we did about this row here, hoping that the weeds won't reappear, hoping that there's a time limit after each weed cycle, so to speak, after you've weeded it. But that does not seem to be the case. It seems that if you use the weeder ahead of time, it's still going to come up when it's supposed to come up. Why it did half the field and then half off, I'm not quite sure. But it also brought up a little bit there, and a section here which didn't have weeds, like a little cutout. You can see it runs here at a bit of an angle, and yeah, we couldn't weed that last time. Everything this side's clear, but it just went here and then it went back in. There was no weeds there for some reason. Now there is. And unfortunately now we can't use the actual weeder, which means we have to use chemicals, which does kinda suck. See, like that field there, the weeds are only doing a section of the field. So I'm not sure how much I like this. Oh no, that's just my generation setting. Ooh, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, actually played the game on my laptop a bit and I had to reduce the quality settings a bit. That's why the draw distance was so low. It's still not at max now because I always have to constantly go into custom settings and push it to its max, because for some reason when you put it on very high it's still not the maximum it can do. A little bit stupid if you ask me. I should have very high, should be absolute everything maxed out, and then high should be like something in between. But yeah, that's a bit silly. Unfortunately this is not the only game that does it. Alright, so we need to offload that fertilizer. Lovely. We need to pick up the herbicide. I don't know how much we have in this tank. I think 600 will be enough. And then we're gonna spray this field. The sections that are, I almost wanted to say damaged, but yeah, the sections that do need spraying. Pick up this little section here. A big waste of spray there that we're about to use. Yeah, man. I wonder if we got some weeds in the grass. I don't know. Don't take a look if the grass is grown yet. I wish that we just do grass a bit differently. Ah, grass is not ready yet. Come on. You can do it. Right, so I think we're gonna try and pick up this section here at the end. Bit of a waste of spray, but what choice do I have in the matter? Are we spraying the neighbor's yard for free? It doesn't. Yeah, it does get affected by it. The cheeky little bastard. King house spray. And that one. Alright. Then, just this section here, which is gonna take a while. Go. Yeah, I did that early enough. Right. See you guys once I'm done with this. Alright guys, I've finished spraying that section of field there. I've basically come to the realization that doing a let's play on hard is probably not the best thing, because you end up having to basically work your fields a lot more in order to actually make some money, and basically that allows for a lot less, shall we say, fluctuation in content, and it can get probably quite boring if I'm going to be doing an episode of everything I do every time I work the field basically. So I decided that I'm probably gonna release episodes a little bit less frequent. You know, over this weekend I just gone past, I did basically including the Friday night, I did the episode a day, but that is definitely not sustainable, not with this difficult setting. So yeah, I'm just gonna try and record little bit snippets every day, maybe bring out the video once every 3-4 days, maybe once a week. I'll see what is maintainable with while still trying to keep the content new. You know, I do want to cover some every time I do something new. I'll cover that. Every time we buy a field or start using a new implement or type of implement, or upgrade our tools. You know, whatever is new, I'll try and get on video if I remember. And at the same time, sorry, I'm feeling a bit sicky. At the same time, I did manage to edit the mod file. So let's just pull this off the road and then I'll show you guys. I want a bunch of angry idiots, AIs, pressing their horns at me. Alright, that's off the road. And there, go to shop. Where was it? Bailing Tech. There we go. 65,000. So to me, that is a more acceptable price. That one was just way too cheap. But it also means we can't buy that anytime soon. I'm gonna have to build quite a few times in order to achieve that, in order to make that kind of money. Another thing I wanted to show you guys is prices. There's my mouse, there's my mouse. There's the prices. Prices are starting to come back up for the bales. They're back at 201. Excuse me. I don't remember what it was, but that is a pretty good price there, actually, for the regular bales. I think. Yeah, because, yeah. So we might go sell those bales, just get some money in from them. And that is not a good price. That I've seen it as high as 270. I want to wait for that to go a bit higher before I sell. But yeah, I basically want to do a load of things off screen just to try and bring the money back in. Alright guys, this is not the end of the episode, but I don't know what's going to be the rest of the episode, so I'll see you guys later. Hello, welcome back guys. Actually been a couple of days since I started this episode. Let me just adjust this. Should make it a little better. There we go. Yeah, so it's actually been a couple of days since I started this episode. And I've made a little bit of money. Mostly thanks to the grass. It's been a bit tedious, but yeah. And at the point I had quite a few bales stacked up in this bit of grass area here, just waiting for a good sell price. As I was waiting to do a good sell price, I started building a spreadsheet with the market prices fluctuations and trying to find out what is the best price to sell at. Just readjust here. So yeah, so basically I started a spreadsheet and I'm going to share it with you guys on Google so you can view it, probably save your own copy and edit it as you will, but I will also be updating it as I play through. I'm only at day 2 now, I think, of the prices collection. So, you know, it's still beginning stages, so it's not 100% accurate yet, but it's still already quite a good indication as to how the prices can fluctuate in the game, and also as to how terrible the idea of great demand actually is. Like, some of them, I think I've marked 3 on there already, that sells for lower than a higher price that I've already seen. So yeah, not great. As you guys can see, I've placed some of those silos from the mod down. Let's go there. Yes, it's a little buggy. And basically, I reckon it's absolutely worth it. You know, you got a little bit of a compromise where you potentially can't pick up the pallet and bring it to the field. You're gonna have to come to your silo when you need to refill. That possibly involves driving, you know, halfway across the map to get to your silos to refill. However, it is still worth it. Silos cost 5,000 each to place down, but then when you fill up your implements, you effectively buy it at half price compared to buying it through pallets. And that makes a huge difference, especially when you have very high consumption of certain materials like calcium, which I have there in the middle. As you can see, I've got solid fertilizer already and seeds, which is what I'm currently using in the tractor. And it's such a relief to be able to save some money on that. As soon as this guy's done, we're gonna do some add some lime to this field because it's that time again. Pardon me. And then I'll show you guys how it compares to when you refill it. Can you lot shush? These guys, I don't know what their problem is, but they seem to think I'm in their way. Stupid idiots. Oh man, he just missed that line, eh? So he's gonna be wasting my money there. Yeah, when I say I made a little bit of money, where's that? Salt bales, 61,000. Not bad. Not bad at all. Where's previous stuff? Where's that? I don't know. What's also due to note is that when I was buying pallets, they used to appear as new vehicles, which was a bit annoying for me. Let me just check what this guy's up to. Ah, he's just being stupid. What are you doing? What, you trying to plant this field? I don't own that field, you stupid. Yeah, okay. He's a moron. Just gonna put him down, grab the lime spreader, and let him start on that, because once he's emptied it, I can show you guys how we fill it up and how the price compares. Obviously, it can't be 100% accurate, but yeah, I still think it's a major bonus. Alright, leave that there. It is pretty much half price compared to when we buy pallets. And yes, I know I got a big pallet, so it allows for better transporting if you needed to bring a load to your field. But if you buy it here, you can empty it into pallets again and basically have your pallets, but they won't be big pallets, they'll be standard pallets. And because of that, you'll have to transport a lot of pallets to your field, but you can still buy it here and just empty it out, pallets, and bring loads more to the field. I still think it's worth it. Hoping I'm wide enough here. Probably. Yeah. Yes. Yes. There we go. Alright, so he's going to be draining our lime at a very high rate. And one thing to note is when you do use helpers, they will stop once they run out of seed. Whenever I've played Farming Simulator before, I always had an option on to have them auto refill, which means they'll use your money and buy it at the rate that is there. But yeah, I think with these silos, it's definitely worth not doing that. What did I want to show you guys? Oh yeah, the money. Here we go. Yeah, so now instead of buying pallets and it appearing as new vehicles, it comes here under other. You can see that's how much I've spent so far buying from there. That is less than one pallet of, I think it's fertilizer, liquid fertilizer. Yeah, well, yeah, about that. Same as a pallet of that, which is quite expensive. Bags and stuff's not so expensive, like a lime bag is 450, but you use a lot of it. And I think, yeah, stop the video there and I'll see you guys in the end or when I'm ready to load up. Okay, I'm back. And he's finished, there we go. So as you see, Stop's tank is empty. He has been skipping a little bit there at the end, so we're gonna have to go back and manually do that. But, excuse me. Yes, we are gonna buy some lime. Alright, let's make sure we are refillable. Alright, let's have a quick look at the price. So, one pallet, just to put this into perspective for you guys, one pallet of lime contains 2,000 liters and costs 450. So I'm going to try and stop it as close to 2000 liters. Stop the refill and see how much we get charged. It should be in the area of 225. And yeah, it makes a difference. Especially since I just went through, what, 7,000 lime. So let's start and we'll stop as close to 2000 as we can. And stop. 226 because we went a little bit over 2000. So for me, that is absolutely worth it. You know, saving yourself a ton of money in the process. Yeah. One thing to note that I noticed is when you use the seeder that I have, and you got the dual tank system, you gotta open the lid for the tower that you want to refill. So if you wanna, I think the first one it opens is the seed, and if you're standing next to a lime station, after fertilizer station, it will not fill up, it will not allow you to refill. Whereas if you're standing next to the fertilizer with your seed one open, am I just confusing myself? I'm probably confused. I think you guys get the gist of what I'm saying. So you have to open a tank for it. Yeah? I'm gonna let this guy quickly finish, yeah? He's probably gonna waste some lime going over there. I think it might be worth changing the spreader so it's not such a wide spread. I just feel it's a bit of a waste there. You know, you can see there at the bottom it's a massive overlap between the two. Yeah, I don't know if it's waste more, maybe that's just a graphical thing. But then also it's too big for his field because when we get to the end, he overlap. Well, he's probably going to drive on the grass now to try and cover that last bit. That was a big turn. Don't know why he did that. I think he's a bit confused. Didn't have to go into that field so far. What are you doing? Oh, these fields definitely confuse the helpers. You know, when you create your own fields. Yeah, not the best sign. As soon as he's done here, I'm gonna fast forward a little bit, record the last bit of info for the spreadsheet for this day, which is actually gonna be the beginning of day 3, and that way you guys will get a little bit more info before I actually upload the video. I'll probably just fast forward through a whole day just to get the info in there for the day 3 to balance it out a little bit more. And he's gonna crash, is he? Dumbass. Yeah, as you guys can see, he stopped there. Didn't finish his work. Not very happy with him at the moment. Bad helper. Bad helper. So it's that and that. We're wasting quite a bit here, trying to cover this last bit. It's probably not worth covering this last bit. I mean, what's that? 3,500 just to get those last bits covered. That is, what's that equivalent of £800 probably, give or take. Where am I going? Does need to go, yeah. Alright guys, I'm going to stop the video there, record the last bit of information, and then I'll be back with you in a sec with the actual spreadsheet and show you the market prices. Alright, see you in a sec. Okay guys, welcome back. So yeah, here's the spreadsheet I've done, and I want to show you guys that link. If you can't see it already, I will post it in the description. No, I don't think that's going to give you your link. Probably linked to mine, but I got a shared link that I will send to you guys. Pretty sure if you type that into yours, you won't be able to actually log into my account. So yeah, here's our spreadsheet, and I've done the, what would you call this? The stuff that we can harvest. You know, our commodities in the order that it appears in the game's shop. Quickly minimize this and show you. There's a game shop. Come on, like that. So I've done it in this order where it's wheat, barley, oats, cotton, canola, sunflower, soybeans, etc., etc. Whenever there's a like that great demand, so called great demand, shall we say, I've highlighted it in blue. The rest going up and down, that's not being highlighted. You can look at it and clearly tell the difference. Okay, what I do need you guys to bear in mind, let me just do, where is that? Yeah, bear in mind is these prices are for playing on hard. If you are playing on easy, I'm going to take these prices and multiply it by 2. Oh, sorry. If you play on easy, multiply it by 4. If you play on medium, multiply it by 2. That's going to give you a better indication of where you are standing with your prices. Also to bear in mind is that I only have day 1, day 2, and the beginning of day 3 so far. So it's not a very broad spectrum to begin with. I will be updating this as I play the game, and so I'm going to aim to do about 7 days worth of information. I think that's big enough. You guys are more than welcome to save yourself a copy of this and expand on it if you want. You know, even if you just wipe it out and start over with your information, I don't think the game would be that different that you would need to do that. But this is what I've done. So basically, I record all the information as it stands at the time. As you can see here, I was a little bit late for the 1800, so I did it at 1900. There was 0:15. You know, I tried to be as close to every 6 hours in the game. The next thing to note is the top price. That is the best price from all the information I've typed in so far. The best price available that I've seen so far in my game. You might have seen something higher. Like if you have a look at silage, I'm fairly certain, but I could be wrong here, that I've seen that at 270. That could have been when it was this price and then had a great demand on top of that. So it had a nice jump. Or I could be wrong, it was 170, so you know, who knows. But at 202, which is the best I've seen so far, and is where I sold my last set of bales. As you can see, I've put a note in here, just sold both bales of silage. So I sold at that price, and when I sold on the next hour, it dropped down to 135. So 12 hours after I sold my stuff, so I sold at that time, it has restored already back to 202. So that's something to bear in mind. Some of the stuff can restore quite quickly. It's the game simulating supply and demand. So yeah, then I did the average calculation. As you guys can see, average up to C1002. So I mean, even if we go all the way down here, it's still included. If you guys do take a copy and do expand to that far, just feel free to change this number and then build it across, and you will include the rest of your results. The sell if over, I basically worked it out as the 50% in between the top price and the average price. So it's effectively, if your average is 50% of your price range, and I did average instead of actual middle, because your average could appear higher than what your lowest price could be. Your lowest price can drop a lot. I mean, look at the silage. 202 is the top, and the average is 178 so far. To be fair, that can drop it as low as 135. And right before I started this recording, it did go for 235 for a while. I think you guys saw that on one of my videos. I was selling straw, and it dropped significantly. I think it dropped to somewhere around this sort of level. Actually, it might have been a little bit less, but yeah, it can make a huge impact on it. So I'm hoping to catch some more information with those sort of lows, which will give us a more accurate average. And then I did a calculation here, which is the top price minus the average. So we get the difference between them. Divide that by 2 so we can get the 50% of the difference between them. And then I add the average back in. So that gives us, 50% of the difference is effectively 25% plus 50% back is 75%. So even though the lowest, for instance on silage, which is the one I care about the most at the moment, is 135, the average is 178. So overall the price is quite decent. So, but we know we can get up to 202. So I'm recommending do not sell unless you can get these prices or more. You can try and wait for a high price, but there's no guarantee you're going to get it. It might peak below that and then go down again. But if you don't need the money, you can sit around and wait for it to come back up. And eventually it might hit that. Also, another thing to note is these are not necessarily in the same order. I think from this point onwards, I'll make sure the list is sorted alphabetically according to drop-off station, but I might forget to do that one day, so there's no real particular order in here. The only ones where you can truly tell the difference is the single price ones, where they go 62, 68. You can see that huge difference there. 62, 68 to 101. 101 is the highest we've seen. So you definitely don't want to be selling at 62. It's effectively almost 40% lower than the max you can get. You want to sell at that price. It's almost 90% of what you can get. And it's not 75 because we work on average, because average overall the price is quite good. As you can see, there's a great demand, which is lower than the recommended sell price, which basically makes ignore great demands unless you can know that it is actually a good deal. So yeah, that's what I did. I sold on 202 for my silage, and I think I got per 8 bales just under 6,500, and I did quite a few of that. I had quite a few bales saved up, so just under 6,500 for the bales for 8 of them. And I think I sold between the silage and the straw that I had, because straw was also at the high at the per moment or at that time. I think I made like 50,000 or 60,000. You guys could probably go back in the video and see that. So yeah, basically guys, feel free to use this. You won't be able to edit my copy, but you're more than welcome to save yourself one and edit that. And I hope that the information help you guys to sell properly, to try to make as most money as possible. What I do have to say is I was a bit stupid actually. That's why I've planted barley again. Is with my previous barley load, I accidentally sold it thinking it was wheat. So I sold at some place, let's give for instance, what was my highest price here? 398 to, yes, let's say for instance I sold at this location. I was actually selling at 288 when I could have been getting 370. So yeah, it's not a great thing. But sometimes we make mistakes. This spreadsheet is in effect phase 1 of the plan I have, getting some information out there. The second phase of it is once I have enough equipment in the game, I want to cycle through every crop possible in that little field, our first field. The reason why I want to do that is so that we can get the idea of what crop is actually sells for the most per area. Like how much you can get out of the area and what you can make out of that, because we do know that, for instance, canola, which as you can see has a high price of almost double of what wheat is and barley, and you get a lot less out of the field, so it works out probably about the same. But is it though? It could be that you get let's say 60% out of the field compared to barley, but it still sells for double, so you would effectively get 500 per square area, you would call it, because we don't know what the size is of the actual field. We know how much our land size is, but yeah. So you could get 500, whereas for barley you could get 378. So then it is worth it to plant canola and then just store it up and sell when you get a good price. As you can see, prices here are mostly way below the 810 that we got. But we're saying sell at 718. There is a 728. I'm going too fast. There's another 728, 725. There they've all dropped below, so you wouldn't sell at these rates. There's a 769 and an 811. There's our max. That's where you want to sell. Alright guys, I'm finished the episode there. I hope this information helps you out. And if you like my video, please press the like button and subscribe. It would greatly help me out. Thank you guys. Bye.